Okay, so again, good evening, everyone. So today we'll be discussing the design of compression members. So we'll be using here the NSCP 2015 chapter 505. So I'll be providing a copy of this chapter. So it will be uploaded on your canvas. So we'll be using this chapter no, of NSCP to design no, some of the compression members. Okay, anyway, what is compression members? So compression members are structural elements that are subjected to the axial compressive forces. They tend to push the end of the members toward each other. So the most compression member in building structure is column. But aside from that, not only the column but also for trusses, because trusses member can also experience compression. No? Aside from tension, it can also experience compression, especially those member na nasa top chord. No? Let's say we have here a truss. Okay, so ayan, so these bottom chords, itong mga bottom chords na to experiences tension. However, these top chords will experience compression. So when you say compression, it tend to push your member okay, toward each other. So the stress in actually loaded compression member is given by the force over the area. Okay, so force over the area. So you just multiply the gross area. So, but for this topic, the objective here is to identify this force. So meaning, so we are going to get the force. So that is just F times the area. So what will be the area? A is the area of gross from AISC database. So you can see the area of gross of different structural members or different sections. So now the problem here is DF. Okay, so how do we solve that F? So we have different approach no, from NCP 2015 chapter 505. So we'll be using that section. So let's try to read that section. So from section 505 to design the compression members, the design of compression members, compressive strength, okay, nominal, so also we also have here the nominal capacity, P nominal, so that is the nominal axial force, times the reduction factor, okay, kapag ka LRFD, no? Reduction factor, may substitution dito kasi we are talking about here the reduction factor for compression. So what will be the reduction factor for compression? So that is 0.9. Now for ASD, so we have to divide the PN by the nominal capacity by the safety factor in compression. So what is the safety factor? We have 1.67. The reduction factor and safety factor is the same with the reduction factor of yielding. If we are going to recall the yielding no limit state doon sa tension member, so ito rin po yon yung mga reduction factors na to and safety factors respectively. Okay, so wala po ditong rupture kasi in terms of compression, walang pagpunit, no? Walang rupture yung nangyayari. So nag-yield lang siya. Okay, so mako-compress lang yung member but hindi siya magkakaroon ng cracks, okay? Ng rupture. So wala tayong reduction factor na 0.65 for compression members. So that will be only used for tension members. Yung may mga cracks na yun, 0.75 yun. Okay? So the nominal compressive strength shall be the lowest obtained from the two limit states. So we have two limit states or failure dito. So just like the tension member, if we are going to recall the tension member, we have three limit states from that. What are those? Yielding, fracture, and block shear. So tatlo yun. So for compression members, meron din tayo actually tatlo yung ating limit state. But the NSCP combined na itong dalawa na to. Okay? So, isa na lang yung provision na ginagamit dito, torsional and flexural torsional buckling. Okay, so first is the flexural buckling. So what is flexural? So imagine you have here a column and then you try to compress it. Now, since due to its slenderness or hindi siya ganun katigas, okay, so malambot siya. So instead of makompress siya, no, supposedly ito yung column mo, no, pag kinompress mo siya, okay, instead na parang liliit lang siya, ganyan, okay, na-compress kasi siya, di ba, due to its properties, no, kapag possible siya maganyan, no. However, due to its slenderness or pagiging malambot niya, or yeah, no, but not literally malambot talaga, no? So later on, we discuss that slenderness. No? So instead na makompress siya ng ganyan, so magkakaroon siya ng buckle. So magbabuckle siya doon sa kanyang weak axis. Okay? So, hindi siya talaga mako-compress. Hindi niya makukuha yung full capacity niya in terms of compression. So dahil nag-buckle siya. So we call that flexural buckling. So that limb state is called flexural buckling. Okay, the other one is the torsional buckling. So what do we mean by that? So nag-twist yung ating column. Instead na mag-compress siya, so nag-twist siya. Okay? Nag-twist siya. So now, how about the third one, the flexural torsional buckling? So that is the combined. So habang nagbabakal siya, nagtatwist siya, guys, no? Combination yan ng flexural and torsional. Now, the NSC provisions provide two limit states. So hiniwalay yan sa dalawa. So the first one is the flexural buckling. Okay. Now, the flexural torsional, kinumbine niya yung provision for that. So, this one, itong number 2. So, limit state torsional or flexural torsional are applicable. Okay. Saan daw ginagamit? Or kailan nangyayari yung flexural buckling? Kapag meron tayong doubly symmetric. Okay. Doubly symmetric. So, what do we mean by doubly symmetric shapes? We say doubly symmetric, one best example is what? Doubly symmetric. Yung wide flange, yung W section, yung I-beam, or W section, no? W section, tawag natin dyan, no? So, doubly symmetric, so symmetrical siya sa x-axis, symmetrical siya sa y-axis. That is a doubly symmetric shape. So, ibig sabihin, prone siya sa flexural buckling. Yung mga doubly symmetric shape. So, what else? Singly symmetric members. Okay? Singly symmetric members. What are those members? Singly symmetric channel. Okay. So, prone siya sa flexural buckling. Okay? So, let's say we have here saan siya magbabakal? Sa weak axis, guys. So let's draw, no, yung sinatawag na weak axis. So, let's say we have here a channel. Okay. Okay, yan. So, what do we mean by weaker axis? If we're going to analyze this channel, oops. Sorry, let me just ito na lang, no? So, here a channel. Pag sinabi natin weaker axis, dadawa ko ng dalawang axis dito, guys. Imagine you rotate this. Now, you rotate this about this one. About this axis. And dito, i-rotate mo siya dito. ibebend mo siya. Okay? Let's say ito yung ating channel. So, this one is the weaker axis, yung bending dito. Kung nakikita nyo to class yung portion na to. Okay, so magbe-bend about dito. Okay, and that is weak. Weak axis. Ito. No, this one is weak axis. Bakit? Kasi madali siyang i-bend dyan. However, this one is the stronger axis. So, ang flexure, ang flexural buckling, nangyayari lagi yan sa weaker axis of the column. So, ito class, mahirap siya i-bend dito or ipaganon, no? Nakikita nyo dito, no? So, if I am going to rotate this about this, igaganyan ko siya ng pag ganito. Okay, so, mahirap siyang i-bend. Okay? So, kung saan siya mahirap i-bend class, walang buckling mangyayari. Pag kung mabilis siyang i-bend doon sa axis na yun, or maliit yung kanyang moment of inertia about that axis, so madali siyang i-bend. So let's try to look now for the moment of inertia. Let's compare the moment of inertia of the cross sections. Now let's look some moment of inertia at the database. Kasi yun yung magbibigay ng let's say channel nga. Maliit yung moment of inertia niyan. Okay? Mataas yung moment of inertia about the x-axis. However, sa y-axis, mababa yung kanyang moment of inertia. Kaya magkakaroon dyan ng buckling. Okay, ito yung y-axis natin. Bakit naging maliit yung moment of inertia dyan? Kasi, let's consider ito muna x-axis. Pag nag-moment of inertia tayo dyan, so let's say we cut this into rectangle, mataas yung h niya. So, let's say ito yung rectangle na lang i-consider natin, no? So, ito yung B mo, ito yung H. So, pag kinube mo siya, tataas yung moment of inertia, BH cube over 12. However, dito naman sa y-axis, ito yung B mo, ito yung H natin. So, mababa lang yung H natin dyan. So, looking at the moment of inertia, so let's compare, no? Kaya magiging mababa yung kanilang magiging moment of inertia dyan. Okay, so let's look at the moment of inertia. Let's say, dito na lang sa W section. Okay, so comparing the IX and IY. Yeah, this one. Let's say this is the IY ng section na ito. Okay, so 195. But if you're going to compare this with its IX, okay, so 195 yung kanyang IY. Pero yung IX niya class, 6240. So meaning, stronger axis yung x-axis niya. Okay, kasi nga, mahirap, if we're talking about W section, mahirap siyang i-bend about the x-axis. Okay, ano ba yung x-axis ng W section? So, ito yung ating W section. Ito yung x-axis niyan. Mahirap siyang i-bend about that. So, i-moment mo about dyan, no? Paikutin mo about the x-axis. However, if you're going to bend it about the y-axis, so mas mabilis siyang i-bend about that axis. Okay, so, that's why prone siya sa flexural buckling about that axis. Okay? So, again, flexural buckling is applicable to those doubly symmetric and singly symmetric shapes. Okay? Singly symmetric. No, so also, therefore, for unsymmetric, so no, yung walang symmetry. Okay. So ano yung walang symmetry? Angle na unequal, like, di ba wala siyang symmetry? Angle, no, walang symmetry yun. Okay, so, singly symmetric kasi channel, di ba? Channel. Okay. So, doubly symmetric, W section or hollow steel section. Doubly symmetric yan, guys. Okay, hollow steel section. No, therefore, for angle, flexural buckling limit state is not applicable. So ano gagamitin natin for those angle? Isa pa palang singly symmetric yung T's. Singly symmetric yung T. Okay? Now, for singly symmetric and unsymmetric members, so dito mo gagamitin, okay, dito applicable si torsional and flexural torsional buckling. Okay? So, again, ano ba yung mga singly symmetric shapes? T's, channels, singly symmetric yan kasi isang axis lang sila symmetrical. Ito, dito lang siya symmetrical sa axis na to, sa x-axis. Ito sa y-axis lang siya symmetrical. Okay? Unsymmetric members, angle. Okay? Angle bars. Okay, so unsymmetric yon. Hindi binanggit si doubly symmetric. Sabihin, pag may doubly symmetric ka class na hot rolled galing sa AISC, flexural buckling lang yun pag hot rolled. Pero, pwede rin naman siya sa certain, okay, doubly symmetric members. Certain ano yung certain na yon? Yung mga built-up columns. If you create built-up columns na doubly symmetric, gagamitin mo dyan class is the flexural torsional buckling or torsional limit state, no? Not the, applicable siya sa both. Okay. Both limit state. For built-up doubly symmetric, both limit state ang gagawin. But for singly symmetric, doubly symmetric, for doubly symmetric na hot rolled, okay, ito lang siya. Okay, gagamitin mo lang dito is the limit state na flexural buckling. Okay, so for hot roll. Okay, so now let's jump doon sa, anyway, ito ang class, no, I provide here a guide kung ano yung mga gagamitin yung analysis, no, for different shapes. Okay, so okay, this is based on AISC and NSCP combined, no? Okay, so anyway, how do we solve the capacity, di ba, earlier, ito yung kailangan natin. Force, the capacity, the actual force. So that is the stress times the area. So how do we get that stress? So force is equal to stress times the area. Stress natin dito kasi is FCR. Okay, so how do we solve that FCR? But before you solve, okay, doon muna tayo sa first limit state flexural buckling. So, later na natin pag-usapan yung flexural torsional, okay, or torsional. Dito muna tayo sa flexural torsional. That is under 505.3. So, yung flexural torsional, so dito na tayo, no? So, 505.3 and flexural torsional. Then, for torsional, 505.4. Torsional and flexural torsional. Anyway, the formula, same pa rin naman. FCR, area ng cross. Pero magkaiba kung paano kinukuha yung FCR dito, class. Okay? So, paras lang sila ng formula, no? FCR, area ng cross. Itong may torsion, considering torsion, no? FCR, area ng cross. Magkaiba yung FCR formula nila dito. Ito rin, magkaiba yung FCR. Ito naman yung formula mo dito. Okay? But sa NSCP class, may binabanggit dito slender elements. Okay? Slender elements. Without slender elements. Without slender elements. Kasi pag bumaba ka pa dito, class, so biglang may binabanggit dito na with slender elements. Minsan na yun. Okay, with slender elements. Members with slender elements. Ganito daw kunin. Ganito pa rin naman, FCR-AG, pero iba na yung pagkuha ng FCR. So, let's define first slender elements. Okay? So what do we mean by slender? Babalikan natin yung provision na yun, no? Okay. So, when we say slender, we have different classification, no? For local, actually we have so-called local buckling din, no? So, kanina, ang tawag natin doon sa buckling na yon, okay, this one. So, we call this global buckling. So, ibig sabihin, yung whole length, just erase this. Okay, yung whole length of your beam nagbuckle. Now, we also have so-called local buckling. So, what do we mean by that? So, hindi pa siya nagbabuckle globally. Hindi pa siya nagbabuckle globally. Pero yung kanyang mga element, ito kasi guys, element yan. Tawag yan, element. So, ito, may 5 element to. Okay? So, nagkaroon na ng buckle. Ibig sabihin, lumupi na siya. Tumupi na yung kanyang element. So, ang tawag doon, local buckling. Okay? So, we have different classifications for local buckling. Okay? So, we have compact section, non-compact, and slender element section. Okay? So, when we say compact section, flanges must be continuously connected to webs or a web, and the width to thickness ratio of its compression elements must not exceed the width to thickness ratio from the table 502.4. So we have here table 502.4 to check if it is slender or to check if the element is compact or non-compact and slender. So, yung binabanggit lang dito class, yung definition nila, and how do we check if the element is compact, non-compact, slender. Parang mula sa matigas hanggang maging slender siya, malambot na yung element, madali siyang mag-buckle. Kaya when say slender kasi, mahaba na payat. Yun yun siya, no? Slender is mahaba na payat. Pag sinabi naman natin non-slender, dalawa kasi yun eh, pag non-slender, compact or non-compact. Okay. Pag naging compact siya, maliit na mataba, parang ganun siya, no? Kasi we compare here the width to thickness ratio. Okay, yun lang i-solve natin for us to identify the width to thickness ratio. Okay, so from this table, okay, we have before we classify if it is non-compact, compact, or slender, so meron din tayo tinatawag na unstiffened element. Stiff and unstiffened. Dalawa yan. No? Stiff and unstiffened. So what is the difference between the unstiffened and stiffened elements? Pag unstiffened, supported along one edge only parallel to the direction of the compression force. Isang dulo lang yung nakakonect. Okay, for example, dalawa yan ha, unstiffened tsaka stiffened, no? So, anong difference ng dalawa? Okay, so for example, we have W section. Okay. W section. So, ano dito yung stiffened and unstiff? Unstiff. Pag stiff kasi, di ba, matibay. Pag unstiff, hindi siya ganun katibay. So, ito yung unstiff. Unstiffened element. Unstiffened element. Okay, unstiffened. Ibig sabihin, one edge lang yung connected. The other one is connected. So, pwede siyang mag-buckle. Okay, unstiffened element. Ito naman, yung web is the stiffened element. Okay, two edge are connected. Okay, stiffened yon. So, how do we get? Kasi kailangan natin plus makuha both stiffened. Every time that the material or the section has stiffened and unstiffened element, we have to get its width to thickness ratio. Okay, ito po yon sa NSCP yan. Ito yung table na yon. Lakihan lang natin. Yan. So may makita kayo dito class. unstiffened element. So makikita nyo dito yung mini-measure niya. Ito po, yung isang element na to. Okay? So, yung flange. Pero hindi buong flange siya. Kalahati lang ng flange. Isang element na kasi yun. So, width to thickness o length niya lang, B ang tawag natin sa kanya, or half of the width of the flange, B. Kaya dito class, to get that, to solve this, B, kalahati lang ng base flange yan na. Over T, thickness ng flange. Ayan yung B over T niya. Now, para maging compact section siya, for it to be compact section, you have to compare that with 0.38 square root ng E over Fy. If this value is less than dito, that is a compact section. Okay, now, if this value is greater than dito, but less than dito, nasa gitna yung value neto dito, that is a non-compact section. Okay, but if this value is greater than 1.0, that is slender element. Okay, slender na yan. Pagka lumampas siya dito, ibig sabihin ang haba na ng B compared sa kanyang thickness. Okay, mahaba na payat. So that is slender. Okay, so kailangan malaman natin kung yung sa compression naman kasi hanapin lang natin or kung slender or unslender. Or you just compare the B over T dito. Kasi pag lumampas sa value na yan, slender na siya. Actually, hindi pa ito mahalaga. Ito lang. Okay? So, dito sa NSCP class, we have different ways to calculate the width to thickness ratio based on the different types of your materials or cross-section. So this one is used, 1 and 2 is used for flexure members. So we're not going to use this 1 and 2 for unstiffened elements. But for compression, ito na yon. For compression ng roll, sinabing rolled class ito yung makikita mo sa database. Rolled I-shaped section, I-shaped sections, or plates projecting from rolled I-shaped sections, outstanding legs, pairs of angles in continuous contact and flanges of the channels. So, ibig sabihin, pwede mo rin daw gamitin itong formula na 0.56 na pang-compare doon sa width to thickness ratio. Okay, ng mga, aside from I-shape, pwede rin daw sa channels. Okay, pwede rin siyang sa channels kasi I-section, outstanding legs of pairs of angles. Okay, in continuous contact and flanges of channels. Sa channel, sa mga channel, no, pwede mo siyang gamitin. Ito pa, uniform compression for build-up. This one, itong number 3, is used for hot roll. This one is used for build-up. Okay. So, ito gagamitin mo, 0.64 kc squared ng, so ito yung compare mo sa B over T. Okay. And, for compression, unstiffened element, ito lang ginagamit natin, class 3, 4, 5. Okay, the rest, hindi mo na siya gamitin. Para na yan sa beam, which is subjected to flexure. So this one naman class is for uniform compression of legs of single angle. Pwede siya sa single angle, pwede rin siya sa double angle with separators. Hindi siya talaga dikit na dikit, no? So you can use this formula to compare the B over T. To get the B, hanggang dulo siya. Okay? Over T. So B, so yung leg, yung one side of the leg. Okay? So, one side of the leg. Now, dito pala, no, what do we mean by KC here? So, the definition for KC, okay, so nandito naman sa baba ng table. So, KC is 4 over square root ng H times the thickness of the web. Okay. So, how do we get the H pala dito? Ito, we know how to solve this. Okay. So, how do we get the H? Okay. H can be solved. H is equal to, ito kasi yung H class. If you're going to draw an I, kasi di ba yung formula naman na to, yung may KC for built-up section, siya na I, okay? So for H ng built-up section, mula dito, punta dito. Yun yung H ng built-up section class. Okay? Kasi again, this one is used for built-up. Mula sa bottom flange, tapos dito sa flange na to. So, paano mo kuha yan? If you have the D ito, di ba? So, bawasan mo lang ng thickness ng flange. Okay? So, H is equal to D minus 2 times the thickness ng flange. That is H for the build-up, ha? Build-up. Pero kasi, pagka hot-rolled, may ganito kasi yun eh. May parang ganyan. This is rolled, no? Yung nasa AISC. Okay, ito lang yung H natin diyan. Okay. Yan. So how do we get this value? Hindi siya thickness ng flange. Hindi siya thickness ng flange. Ang tawag natin dito, class, is K des. Okay? That is case. Nasa ano rin yan? Nasa AISC. For built-up section, nasa AISC database natin yan. Yung KDES na to. So that's how we solve the value of H. Now for hot rolled, ito for built-up, ibawas mo lang yung thickness of the flange. Okay, for built-up, no? So, ayan, no? These are the values of the B over T for unstiffened elements. So actually, may may mapapansin kayo dito, class, sa NSCP na pagdating sa number 7, pinangalanan na siyang stiffened element 7 and 8. Tingnan nyo, class, yung 7, ha? Okay. Ito yung tinutukoy niya. For this, actually, this is not stiffened element, no? Okay? Sa ASC, ang pinangalanan to na unstiffened. Okay, unstiffened na siya. Kasi, di ba, isa lang naman yung nakakonect. Okay, isa lang naman yung nakakonect sa kanya. Yung isang edge is free. So, this is still considered as unstiff. So, ang piece, guys, ay puro unstiffened element. Isa, dalawa, tatlong unstiffened element. Okay, so anyway, so we're just looking at the formula lang naman to compare the B over T. Okay, for uniform compression of stem of T's. Okay. Ito yung gagamitin natin, class, stem ng T's. Ayan. Okay, for flange naman ng T's. Okay, so we can project that this one, sorry. For flexure kasi ito, no? For flexure. So we just, mas mahaba kasi lagi yung no? Yung pag-piece kasi. Prone kasi lagi sa buckling. Lagi mauuna mag-buckle itong tawag dito, yung part na to. Mas mahaba kasi lagi siya, no? Compared doon sa flange niya. So kaya naman, so we just have to focus doon sa kanyang stem of T's. Okay, but for flexure, so ito naman yung hinahanapan ng width to thickness ratio. But we're just going to use this for flexure. But for compression members, you have to check the D over TW. Okay, so thickness ng web, D. Okay, mula doon minimeasure tsaka yung kanyang yung D over TW. Kung compare mo tong width to thickness ratio to 0.75 E squared ng Fy. Okay, now for W section, dito tayo tumingin, compression, kasi itong number 9 for flexure. Yung mga compression lang tingnan nyo, ha? Okay, ito para na to sa doubly symmetric I-shaped sections, which is W section yan, or I-shape. For build-up na to, ha, at saka for hot roll. Dito kasi sa sa part ng unstiffened element, which is yung mga flange, unstiffened element yun, ha. Dito sa flange ng W section, pinaghiwalay yung for hot rolled at saka build-up, magkahiwalay. However, for the stiffened elements, which is web ang stiffened element, isa na lang. Okay, uniform compression of webs Stiffened element yan, So you have to solve that using H over TW. Again, H is ganito, no? So meron siyang konting what to, no? So to solve that H, if that is a built-up section, D minus 2A des. Okay? And ito para na to sa flexure na to. Ito naman para sa mga hollow steel section. Okay, so B over T. B over T. Kung hindi siya pantay, okay, so ito yung i-prioritize mo, yung mas mahabang B. Kasi mas may chance na maging slender yon. Again, pag mas mahaba kasi, katataas yung ratio na to compared dito sa 1.4. Okay. And ito naman yung iba pang mga um, um, mga members. But mostly kasi 'di ba ang ginagamit lang ng mga sa mga columns, 'di ba, or W section. So ano pa, yung channel pwedeng gawin, gagawin siyang box type yung channel. So pag didikitin yung dalawang channel para maging box type, para maging column, ayan. But mostly W section yung ginagamit, no? For or letter I for columns. So we understand now how to compute the slenderness. So we just going to compare yung width to thickness ratio to the lambda R. Lambda R pala yung ano niya, no? Yan. Lambda R. Okay. So pagka lumampas na dyan yung value ng B over T or for stiffened element, B over T, meron din naman dyang H over T. Titingnan nyo lang class sa figure kung ano yung dinedefine niya. Okay, kung paano kinukuha yung width to thickness ratio at saan mo siya i-compare. Okay. So, tingnan mo lang doon sa NSCP table. Andun din naman yung mga dimension kung paano sila mina-measure. Okay, so ayan, so kaya malalaman na natin kung anong gagamitin natin na code. So, kung slender elements yung class 505.3, pagka flexural buckling, no? But for with if with non-slender non-slender yun yung without slender. So it's either compact or not compact siya. Pero kapag with slender elements na siya, so we're going to use this section. Ito po. With slender elements. Section applies compression members with slender elements. Okay, so ito na ang gagamitin nating formulas. Dito tayo sa 505.7. But let's focus first on those problems or section na without slender elements. Okay, doon muna tayo sa without slender elements. So, I section na without slender elements. Diba, to identify the flange ng W section ay yun. Okay. So, actually, meron na dito yon. Kinompute na siya dito. Yung B over T. Ito po yun. Flange siya. To solve the flange slenderness. Okay, so we compare. Okay, local buckling pa lang tayo, class, ha? Okay, to compare the flange of the W section. Ano tayo? Hot roll. Okay, so kailangan natin ng B over T. That B over T will be compared to 0.56. So let's say, mag-sample lang tayo, class, ha? Let's say we have Fy na 836. 836 is 248 megapascal, no? So 0.56 times square root of 200,000. 200,000 over Fy 248. So, ang value mo dyan, class, is 15.90. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng lalampas dyan na B over T, okay, or kalahati ng flange over thickness ng flange, Pag lumampas dyan, class, slender element na. Ilan ba ang mga slender element na W section? So may value yun dito, class, yung ng B over T. Ayan, ito class. Ito, may papansin nyo dito, base flange over 2 times the thickness of the flange. Okay, isort lang natin to class from largest to smallest. Okay, from largest to smallest. Ayan. Tingnan nyo, may lumampas ba? May naging slender ba dito na flange? Naka-largest to, ano na to the smallest Okay. So, actually, wala. Walang W section. Pag W section, pipiliin mo walang W section class na slender. No? Na slender yung kanyang flange. Wala po. Pero, meron tayo dito wala. Okay, anyway. So, yan. Wala, no? Pero pag build up yan, possible. Maging non-slender. Maging slender siya. Sabihin, maiikli lang yung flange. Hindi siya masyado mahaba para magkaroon ng local buckling. Pero yung web kaya, meron kayang mga slender na W section. Pinapag-usapan natin yung web naman. Again, ang web ay stiffened element. Ang web ay stiffened element. So let's look at the NSCP table. So we have unstiffened and stiffened element of an I section. Okay, ito po yun. Okay, so we compare that to 1.49. Okay, A36 ulit. So actually kahit gawin mo siyang gawin mo siyang 340 megapascal, 45, A40, A50, 345 megapascal. Okay, malaki pa rin no? Okay, sige, gawin na lang natin 345 megapascal, A50. So, compare natin siya sa 1.49. Okay, ang H over TW. Compare natin 35. 35 yan, no? Okay. Kapag ka A50 ang ginamit mo na column, so, magiging yung stiffened element or yung web niya, magiging slender siya pag lumampas dito sa value na to. Meron pang lalampas dyan. Tingnan natin. Actually, meron. Okay. Okay. So, again, ang value natin is 35.87. Meron yan. Pero, ilan lang. Okay. So, H over TW. Ito po yun. Okay. So, marami sila. Pagka A50, sa A36 pala yung onti lang. So, mula 35, no? Pag lumampas ka ng 35, maging slender na yung stiffened element mo. 35.87. Ito na. Lumampas na to. 35.9. Ito, lahat to. Lahat ng section na to. Yan. Mula dito papunta dito. Okay, itong W14, W11, W16. So, lahat yan, lahat ng mga web nila class ay may chance na magkaroon ng local buckling kasi yung element niya class, yung unstiffened element niya ay slender. Pero kung gagawin mo siyang A36, mo, gawin natin itong A36, 248 megapascal. 42 yung H over TW natin. Okay, so 42. Saan yun? Medyo umonti na lang sila, no? 42. Ano ba yung kino-compare natin? The value? Yeah, tama, no? Uniform compression, so 1.49. Tama ba? 1.49. 200,000 over 248. So, 42. Okay, so medyo madami din. Okay, ito rin. So, 42 point something. So, slender na lahat to. So, maraming pero kung i-compare natin sa lahat ng W section hindi sila ganun, mas onti. No? Mas onti yung mga element or mas onti yung sections na slender yung kanilang web. Pero walang flange. No? Yung flange nila, lahat yan ay non-slender. Okay? Or for W section na hot rolled. Okay? So, ayan. So, we now understand the without and with slender elements. Alam na rin natin yung compact, non-compact. Okay, now, let's proceed. Dito muna tayo sa without slender elements. Whether if that is a flange or the web, no? So, how do we solve that FCR? So, FCR can be calculated using this formula or ito. Dalawa yan. Pero ano gagamitin mo dyan? You have to compare the KL over R with 4.71 square root of L over Fy. Or ito, pag mas maliit siya, pag less than yung KL over R natin, okay, so, or ito yung tinatawag na slenderness ratio. So, we're now talking about the, kanina, local buckling yun. Pag yung mga element natin ay nagbabakal mag-isa, hindi pa siya globally. So, we're now looking at the slenderness of the whole column. Okay, so of the whole column, kung magbabakal ba siya. No? So, we have to check if that is, if the slenderness is less than 4.71. Pag less than siya or equal, actually, tinatawag natin itong short column. Pero pag mahaba na yung length natin, sobrang laki na ng length natin, the effective length, kasi may K tayo dito, later on discuss natin yung K, if that is greater than 4.71 square root ng E over Fy, that is long column, considered as long column. How do we solve that FCR? Kasi ito lang naman problema natin dito eh, FCR. FCR is 0.877 times the FE. Okay, FE, how do we solve that FE? FE is Euler's critical buckling stress. Okay, so FE is the Euler's critical buckling stress. FE is pi squared E over the KL over R squared. Okay, so yan. So, compare mo lang dalawa. You may use this to compare. Okay, pwede ito yung pang-compare mo, class. Instead of 4.71 square root ng E over Fy. Pwede yan. Okay, so pwede rin naman to. Kung yung FE yung pinaka-compare, compare mo yung FE dito sa 0.44 Fy. 0.44 Fy. Okay, so pwede rin naman yung slenderness ratio. So, slenderness ratio, yung K-class, actually, meron yung detailed to calculate in terms of frame. But, so we will just simplify this. So, we're going to use the AASC manual, table CA7, 14th edition of 2011 to calculate the different K. It depends on the support conditions. Okay, so how do we solve the value of K? So, the value of K depends on its supports. So, if that is a pin support, so we have here for analysis and for design. So if we are analyzing, so these are the theoretical value that we are going to use. Now, if you are designing, so these are the recommended value that you are going to use. So you use the recommended for the design, you use the theoretical for the analysis. Okay? But most of the problem here, we are going to analyze muna. Kasi medyo mas madugo yung design, ano? Kasi you have to select which among of the sections. So, mamili ka dun kung ano yung the best, most economical and the best. So, doon sa different sections ng AASC. So, dito, we're just going to use muna yung analysis natin, no? So, we're going to use theoretical values. How do we use this? Okay, so, K kasi class is effective length factor multiplier. So, halimbawa, this is the original length of your column. Okay, now that length will be more smaller if you have fixed support here and fixed support at the bottom. Okay, column is fixed support if so let's say ito yung ating. So we usually connect the column doon sa pedestal Ito yung plate natin. Okay. Ito yung pedestal. Okay. So, this is the pedestal. Ito yung ating column na W section. That will be a pin connected if the bolts ay nasa loob. Okay, kasi it will not resist a moment. However, if you are going to put the bolts outside of your column, it will resist larger moment. Yes, magre-resist pa rin naman ng moment yung column na yun, pero small. Pero pagka nasa labas yung mga bolts na yun, class, mas malayo yung binibigay na couple neto, reaction. So, mataas yung moment, class, moment capacity. That is a fixed support. And if your column is fixed support, it will lessen the effective length. So, kasi fixed support siya, no? Hindi siya magro-rotate agad dito. So, pag nagkaroon ng buckling, kasi we are talking about here the flexural buckling, no? Flexural buckling, hindi siya magkaka-buckling ng buong length. Kasi napipigilan yung sa support, umikot. Okay? So, if your support fixed top, fixed at bottom, so therefore, your effective length is half lang ng total length, 0.5. However, if one is fixed, okay, one is fixed and the other is pin, or pwede siya mag-rotate, pin siya, no? So you have 0.7 fixed and pin connection. Okay, now if that is free to move or no support sa top, no, pwede siyang mag-move, no? Your effective length is 1.0. Okay, your factor is 1.0. Yung buong length na yung magbabakel. Okay? Now, if you have pin, so buong length na yung magbabakel. So, ang kaya multiplier natin is 1.0. Hindi nabawasan yung L. Okay? Kaya mo siya pinin para lumiit yung L. Yung maging considered siya as short column. Pag mahaba kasi yung L natin, yung KL over R ay malaking value, magiging, ano siya, no? Magiging long column siya. Okay? Bababa yung capacity niya. Mababa yung class yung FCR. Mas mababa yung FCR na ito compare dito. Okay? Mas mababa yung FCR neto compare dito. Malaki yung binibigay na FCR neto class. Okay? May 0.65 raised to FY over FE pa yan. Tapos may FY. Ito, maliit lang yung class if i-compare natin yan. Now, if we have translation, 2.0, so this one naman. No, but mostly, so this one, no, ito yung mga is still frame for moment resisting frame. So ito yung mga effective length factor na usually na ginagamit natin. So 0.5, 0.7 and pin, no? Okay. So mamaya na natin ito i-discuss, no, yung torsional and flexural torsional buckle. So, dito muna tayo, class. Let's try to solve a problem. Dito sa compressive strand without slender elements. Okay? So let's try to solve this problem number 1. A W250 by 73. This is I section is pinned at the top and fixed at the bottom. The 12-meter high column is braced at the mid-height with respect to its weaker axis. So, use A992 steel or FY 345 megapascal. Determine the allowable and design axial compressive. Allowable and design axial. So, LRFD. Pag sinabing allowable, ASD yan class. Pag design, LRFD. Okay, so pag sinabing braced at the mid-height or brace siya class. So, may mga bracing dito class. Ayan. So, may mga nakakonect na column. So, anong purpose niyan? So, diba, originally, this is 12 meters height. So, again, nilalagay natin yung mga brace na yan, class, sa mga weaker axis. So, kaya maglalagay ng brace dito. Kasi, hindi magkakaroon ng buckling yan dito, class. Ang buckle niyan, dito sa weaker axis. Okay? So, ang buckle nangyayari sa weaker axis about the Y, sa W section, sa Y axis yun, dito yun magbabuckle. So, kaya naman class, naglagay tayo ng mahaba na kasi yung 12 meters. So, we provide a bracing so that the buckle will be like this only. Okay. So, ito na lang yung magiging buckle niya class. Pag ganyan na lang. Yan. Pero dito sa stronger axis, malaki pa rin yung buckle na chance na mag-buckle na ganyan. Okay? So, yan. Nilalagay lang yung class sa weaker axis or sa y-axis. Liliit yung L mo doon. Okay, so we're going to use the limit state flexural buckling only. Flexural buckling kasi this is a W section. Bakit flexural buckling lang na limit state, hindi yung torsional? Okay? Kasi class, ang torsional sa W section is not applicable. Applicable lang siya sa mga build-up na W section. Na I. Pag build-up na I yan class, tsaka mo lang i-apply yung flexural torsional. Yung pangalawang limit state. Okay, now this one, ang applicable lang dito class sa mga W section is flexural buckling lang class. Okay? Pero pagka build up to ha, kasi ito, may pangalan eh. ASC section. Okay? So what are the properties of this section? So ito yun, kinuha lang natin to doon sa may table. Area ng gross. So, dito lang siya, no? So, W section na 250 by 73. So, let's look at 250, 73. So, 250, 73. Okay, that 73 means the weight, no? Weight, 250 by 73. Okay, so, ito po. Okay, 250, 73. So, we have the area of the gross, 9 to 90. We have the base flange. Base flange is 254. The thickness of the flange, ito yung mga mahalaga dito. Okay, the parts of the section, thickness of the flange, 14.2. The thickness of the web. Okay, so thickness of the web, 8.64. Yan, tama naman copy natin. Rx, we also need this. Rx. So, ano ba yung Rx? That is the radius of gyration, di ba? Okay. So, Rx, radius of gyration, 110. Pero how do we get the Rx ba? Okay, paano ba natin sinasolve yan? Di ba that is the square root of Ix over the area ng gross? Okay, so try nga natin kung sasakto. Okay, yung value na 110. Okay, so Ix, 113. So, 113 times 10 raised to 6 to, no? Okay, over area ng gross. Area ng gross, 90. So, 110, may konting butal. No? May konting butal. So, yan, 110. Okay? So dito kasi ni-round off na no? Ni IAS. Actually, yung H over TW din, given na rin siya dito, no? H over TW. Pero pag manumanuhin natin to, hindi siya sakto eh. Tingnan nyo class ha. Okay, H. Ano ba yung H? How do we solve the H? D minus, wala, hindi ko nasulat yung D. Okay, D minus dalawang 2 kdes. Dalawang kdes. Ito yung kdes natin, 26.9. Saan yung D? D, ito, 254. Okay, so 254 minus 2 kdes. 2 times the kdes. Saan yung kdes? Okay, kdes 26.9. 2 times 26.9 over thickness of the web. Okay, so ito ginagamit to na width to thickness ratio doon sa stiffened element kasi web ang pinag-uusapan. Okay, thickness ng web is 8.64. Tingnan nyo class, may konting discrepancy dito. Okay, 23.1 lang ang ginamit ni EISC. Okay, 23.1. Saan na yun? Pero kung kukunin natin yung gamit ng kdes, 23.17. Okay, now this is our rule ha, sa exam. Okay, this is our rule. Take note of this, class. Okay, Kapag given yung H over TW, yan yung gagamitin nyo na values. Okay? Pero pagka binigay yung section properties, yun lang ang binigay. So, you have to compute the manual H over TW. Okay? Yan, sakto. Pag given na yan, yun ay gamitin nyo yung 23.1. Pero pag hindi, okay? So, kung ano lang yung available dito, yun yung gamitin. Just such as D at saka 2 times the thickness of the KDES. 2 times KDES. Actually, itong B over, tinan yung class meron dito. Itong B over 2 times TF. Ito yung para sa width to thickness ratio of the unstiffened element, yung flange, no? Kung gaano siya ka-slender. So let's try to solve this problem. Okay, sige, let's try, no, if, so, pwedeng mauna, you check the slenderness ratio. Okay, you check, actually, the first thing to do is to check if it is, if the elements are slender or not. Element lang, element, yung flange muna. Width to thickness ratio. So for flange, the base flange, 254, i-divide mo lang ng 2 times the thickness of the flange. Okay? Yun yung nasa ano, no? Nasa, ayan, no? Kalahati ng flange times the thickness of the flange. So the thickness of the flange is equal to 14.2. Ito yung value niya, class. 8.94. But if you're going to look at the 8.93 lang ang ginamit, no? Kasi yung thickness dito, class, actually the average thickness yun ng flange. Pagka roll kasi, meron niyang hindi talaga siya perfect na uniform yung thickness. Okay, so kaya dito naka-round lang. Okay, so but 8.9. Anyway, pang-compare lang naman siya. Pang-compare saan? Saan mo siya compare? Okay, compare mo sa 0.56. Okay, so let's compare that to 0.56 E over Fy. Okay, so store lang natin itong value. Okay, so 0.56 square root of E over Fy. E, so anong E natin? 200,000. That is still, no? 200,000. Laging 200,000 plus yung E kasi still to. Over Fy, 345 megapascal. So 13. No? So you compare the 8 to 13. Okay. You compare the 8 to 13. And that 8 is smaller. Okay, small siya. So what do we mean by that? Mas maliit yung B over T doon sa 0.56 square root of Y. Maliit siya. Ibig sabihin, hindi lumampas. So therefore, your section is not non-slender. Hindi siya mahaba na payat. So we can still consider it na maikli na mataba. Okay. Compact siya. Compact or non-compact. No? Basta hindi siya slender. Okay? Non-slender yung ating flange. How about the web? Okay, yung web, since given na yung H over TW, 23.1, okay, 23.1, i-compare natin siya saan? Okay, so let's look at the web. Saan yun? Nasa stiffened element. Okay, stiffened element compression, okay, of web, 1.49. Okay, solve na lang natin to kasi given na yung H over TW. Given na yung H over TW doon sa ating database, 1.49 square root of E, 200,000 over Fy na 345. So that is 35. So if we're going to compare 21 to 35, obviously, okay, this 23 pala, no, 23 to 35 compare mo, is smaller than this one. So ibig sabihin yung web is yung stiffened element natin is not slender, non-slender siya. Okay, so matibay siya, class. So hindi siya magkakaroon ng local buckling. Okay? Dahil compact siya or non-compact. So since the element is slender, okay, no slender element, so we can use this. Okay, section. Kapag no slender element, ito na ang gamitin mo, class, na provision. A50. compressive for flexural buckling kasi W section to. Okay, so automatic flexural buckling limit state applies. Tapos, without slender pa na elements, mapa-flange man yarn or web, walang slender. So, we have to use 505.3. Pero pag may slender element ha, you go to the section 505.7 pag may slender. Okay? Dahil walang slender, so solve na natin class. So solve na natin C, FCR. Kasi may area ng gross na tayo. FCR na lang. How do we solve the FCR? You compare the KL over R. You compare the FKL over R. So how do we solve the KL? The L. Okay, it depends on what axis you're looking at. So looking at the x-axis, bending about the x-axis, walang support yan dyan class. So we're considering the whole length. Okay, so look at the support. So looking at the x-axis, the support is, sabi dito, top is pin fixed at the bottom. So what will be, again, the L natin is 12, but we have the K factor, effective length factor. The effective length factor at x-axis is 0.7. So the length is 12 meters and you just multiply it. Rx ang gagamitin mo dyan, class. Okay, Rx. Again, Rx is square root of Ix over the area. Okay, so pag hindi given yung Rx. So Rx is 110. Actually, aside from the moment of inertia kasi defines how stiff is your, how slender is your element. Kung matibay ba siya about that axis. So, di ba kanina we compared the Ix and the Iy? You can actually compare din yung Rx tsaka Ry. Looking at the Rx and Ry, mas malaki si Rx, ibig sabihin mas matibay siya about that axis. Mas mahirap siyang i-bend about that axis. Mahirap siyang i-buckle about that axis. So Ry mas weaker. Okay, pag mas maliit yung R niya, mas weak siya. Okay, pero mas mataas ang KL over R, mas weak siya. Okay, dito sa x-axis, we can solve this. 0.7 times 12 over 110. So the answer is 76.364. Looking at the y-axis. So naglagay tayo class ng support. Yan sa gitna. So mahahati sa dalawa yung ating beam. Pag naglagay ka ng support dito class, okay, ito yung y-axis natin, no? Naglagay ka ng support dyan, ibig sabihin mahahati sa dalawa yung ating column. Okay, mahati yung, kasi may support na dito. Ano ba yung treatment ng support na yan? Yung treatment ng support na dyan, class, is treated as pin support. Pin support yan kasi it allows to rotate at that point. Okay, so it just at pin support. So parang meron kang dalawa na pin-pin at saka pin-fix. Magkaiba yung K nila. Okay, so solve muna natin to class. Okay, neto is 1.0 kasi pin-pin. Again, may table time pre-provide kanina. For pin-fix, that is 0.7. For pin-pin, that is 1.0. We're looking, this is analysis. No? We are analyzing the capacity of W section. Okay. So therefore, look at this table. Okay, ito po. Pag fix 0.5. Pag pin fix 0.7. Pagka pin 1.0. Okay. So, so KY neto class for this is 1.0. Ang L neto is 6 meter. And you have the RY, the 64.5. So solving for that will give us 93.023. Okay. And then we also solve this. So KY neto is 0.7 kasi pin fixed. Pin fixed. So length niya is 6 meters kasi we put it to the mid height. Okay, of the weaker axis, which is y-axis. Ry, solving for this value is 65.116. So sa formula kasi natin, class, we're looking at the KL over R. So what KL over R? Eh may tatlo tayong KL over R. Isa sa stronger axis, dalawa sa weaker axis kasi may mid-height support. Pero kung walang support yung class, isa lang ang makukuha mo na KL over Y. KL over R, doon sa weaker axis. Wala itong support no? Kasi isang buong length lang yan na column. Dalawa nakuha natin kasi parang nahati sa dalawa yung column dito sa weaker axis. So, we have to compare ano ba yung gagamitin natin KL over R. among these three. Of course, you have to look for the KL over R na critical o yung pinakamataas na slenderness ratio. Again, we call this slenderness ratio. Gaano ba siya kalambot? Okay. So, mataas yung value, mas malambot siya. So, sa case na to, sa tatlo na to, ang pinaka mag-govern dyan is 93 point, okay, 023. Yan yung gagamitin natin KL over R for the comparison doon sa 4.71 square root of E over Fy. Okay, so we're now going to compare this. Okay, actually, kanina na-check na natin to, no? Yung limiting to width to thickness ratio. Okay, so na-compare na natin to kanina, class. So, parehas silang non-slender, no? Yung flange at saka yung web. Okay, so na-compare na natin yun kanina. Okay, so slenderness ratio KL over R is 93.023. So, we are going to solve since we're using flexural buckling without slender elements. So, we have to solve the KL over R and compare this. Okay, so ang formula natin nito is PN FCR area ng gross. Tapos, i-compare mo yung KL over R sa 4.71. Or pwedeng ito, class, no? Yung, ito yung magiging value ng FCR natin. If this one governs, ito yung FCR natin. However, if long column, this is short, this is long column, ito yung FCR natin. FCR, multiply mo lang sa area ng gross para maging PN. Okay, so, now, how do we solve? Kasi kailangan natin mamaya yung FE. Okay, para makuha yung FCR. So, mamaya na natin ito. Para siguro, kunin muna natin yung FE. FE is pi squared E over KL over R squared. Okay, kailangan natin scale over R dyan. Squared yung nag-govern kanina, ha? Okay, itong 93.023, yung pinakamalaki among the three. So, pi squared E, modulus of elasticity, 200,000. K, okay. Ito na lang gamitin natin, no? I-store mo na lang tong value na to, class, para sakto. You store this value, substitute mo dyan. Okay, store lang mga ginamit ko dito, class, no? The values. So, your answer here for FE is 228.111 megapascal. Okay, so meron tayo FE. So, sige, gamitin na natin tong, compare na natin to. So, doon na tayo sa 4.71. Square root of E over Fy. Fy is given 345. E is always 200,000 kasi we are using steel, no? So, answer dito is 113.403. So, ilan ba yung KL over R? 93. Is that less than or greater than? Obviously, that is less than doon sa ating kino-compare. And that is less than. Ito yung mag-govern na FCR. Hindi ito, wag na ito yung gamitin, class. Dito tayo short column. Short column to, class, na yung dinidefine na ito na FCR. So, 0.658, okay, time raised. Naka-erase yan, class, na naka-raise exponent yan. Raised to 344 over FE. I-store din itong value na to. Okay, times the Fy of 345. So, that is 183.189 megapascal. That is your FCR. So you just multiply into the area of the gross, which is this one. Megapascal yan. Okay. Multiply mo lang sa area ng gross. Newton yung makuha mo dyan. Multiply mo na lang sa times 10 raised to negative 3 para maging kilonewtons. Okay, so FCR, okay, area ng gross, so answer, kilonewtons. Okay. 1. Yan na, class, yung nominal capacity. Nominal capacity siya. So, (1,701.89 to 829). So for the LRFD, so since we're looking at the allowable and design action compressive strength, so for LRFD, you multiply it by 0.9 For ASB, you divide this by 1.67. Ayan na po yung ating sagot, class. Okay? So again, the first thing to do is to check the limiting width to thickness ratio so that you know what NSA provision are you going to use. Okay? So kasi pag no slender element, you use 505.3. Pag with slender elements, yun na yung madugo. Okay? Pag without slender elements, 505.3. Kapag ka with slender elements, so dito na tayo mahihirapan. Okay? Kasi ito na siya. Okay? So, mahaba-haba na yung computation natin dyan. For with slender, 505.7. Yan o, 505.7 with slender elements. Okay. So that is for limit na flexural buckling lang. Pag W section class flexural buckling lang po ang gagamitin. Okay. So let's try to solve problem number 2. A WT. Okay. So WT. So wide dito, no, YT 265 by 136. Letter T to class. No? Is used as a column having a length of 5.5 meters. Assume that the member hinge at the top and bottom for top and bottom paras naka-hinge for buckling in either principal direction using a 992 FY 345. Determine the actual compressive strength ASD and LRFT. Okay, so ito yung properties na class. Sinulat ko na dito. Okay, so now, okay, the limit state for this. For single symmetric kasi, dalawa na yung limit state. Kanina class isa lang, flexural buckling lang. Now for WT, kasi single symmetric to, 'di ba? So looking, let's read again kung kailan natin i-apply yung flexural buckling na limit state. Okay. So the number 1, for doubly symmetric, flexural buckling is applicable for doubly symmetric and singly symmetric. Okay, dito, pag doubly symmetric, doubly symmetric na built up, tsaka may apply yung flexural buckling. Pero pag singly symmetric, parehas may apply yung flexural buckling tsaka flexural torsional buckling. Dalawang limit state ang gagawin mo. Ibig sabihin, you use the 505.3 tsaka 505.4. Dalawa yan. Okay. Whichever smaller na PN dyan, yun yung mag-govern. You solve the PN here. Okay, you solve the PN dito. Okay, you solve the PN here. Magkaiba yung PN na makuha mo dyan. Okay? So, let's try to solve this. W section. WT section or wide piece. Pwedeng unahin natin yung slenderness. Slenderness ratio nila. Okay, for compression, you always check the web. You don't need to check the flange for this, no? So, let's check if the flange or the webs rather. Okay. Check natin class yung web kung magiging slender ba siya. Kasi pag slender, hindi 505.3 ang gagamitin, hindi 505.4, 505.7. Ito yon, D over TW. Kung compare mo sa 0.75, D over thickness ng web. Okay. D over thickness ng web. Okay, so nasan yun? Given the section properties, D, 290 over thickness ng web, 21.1. So answer mo dyan is 13. You don't need to store this. Okay, pero ligay ko lang, 13.7. D over, so you compare the D over TW. Okay, so the answer is 13.744. Okay, so dapat slender, non-slender siya, dapat maging less than siya doon sa value ng 0.75. 0.75. 0.75 square root ng T, 200,000. Fy natin, 345 megapascal. A99 boosting. Okay, 18. So far, less than siya doon. Okay, so therefore, non-slender. Okay? So, gamitin natin si 505.3 tsaka 505.4. So, doon sa 505.3 kasi, we need the KL over R. Okay? Kailangan natin yung dalawang limit state dito, class, kasi simply symmetric siya. Okay? So, we need the KL over R. So, you have to check the KL over R from X and Y axis. As you can see here, mas mababa yung Y axis niya, weaker siya sa Y axis. Okay? So, but you just wala naman siyang support sa weaker axis, tendency nito, class, automatic, ang mataas na KL over R dito ay about the y-axis. Kahit di mo na-solve yung KL over R, about the x-axis. No? Kahit may Rx tsaka Ry na pala dito, class. Ito yung gamitin nating values. Kahit di mo na-solve yung KL, pin-pin siya, no? About the x-axis, so, pag tumingin ka dito about the x-axis, kx niya kasi pin-pin, pin at top, pin at bottom. So, 1.0. Ang length natin, 5.5 meters. Ang Rx natin, 78. Ito value niya. Mas mataas yung KL over Ry nito. Okay. So, isa lang kailangan mo solve, ha? Okay, kasi wala naman tong support dito na nilagay. Wala naman na-mention sa problem. So, K natin, 1.0 pa rin kasi pin-pin. Then, LY 5.5 and RY is 76.2. Obviously, mataas to. Kasi, mas weak si y-axis compared sa x-axis. Usually, ang nag-govern lagi dito na KL over R ay sa y-axis. Unless, tadtarin mo ng support yan dyan. Ilagay mo ng support dito, ilagay mo support. Eh, dililiit na yung L dito, no? Iblagay ka na ng support dyan. Ayun lang naman yung nagpapaliit ng L, maglagay ka ng support. Yun yung magpapatibay ng y-axis mo para hindi siya mag-buckle. Yung mga support na yung class. Okay, so larger, of course, this one will be used for comparison later on. Pag-compare kasi natin yan doon sa 4.71 square root of E over Fy. Okay? So, L over R dito, 72.178. Gagamitin natin for this one. Okay, check na natin, class. So, yung flange, pwede rin natin i-check. Okay, so yung flange. So, doon sa 0.56, actually, yung pinakita ko sa inyo na take data table. But ito no, for flange, ito yung pang-check, 0.56 square lang. Alas parehas lang siya dito. No? Kasi nga, you can also use this for getting the flange compactness or slenderness. So, parehas lang sila dito na formula. Okay, 0.56 for flange and then for piece. Pero lagi namang to, class, no? Lagi namang magiging non-slender to doon sa database, no? If you're going to check the database, so magiging non-slender lang naman siya. Okay, pero sige, check pa rin natin. Patinay natin yung mga W section kanina. Even sa T section, magiging rin siya, class, no? Magiging non-slender lang din. So, yun ang i-waste yung time nyo pagkuha ng compactness nung mga flange kasi non-slender naman din yun unless built up siya. For build up section kasi may possibilities na maging slender siya. Pero dito, compare natin yung BF over 2TF for flange. BF, base flange, mali yung sulat ko. It should be 318 over 2 thickness ng flange. Let me check. Okay, so, anong sagot pa dito? 4.229. Ba talaga? 318 ba talaga ang BF dito? 2 times thickness ng flange. 2 times the thickness of flange. Oh, tama. It should be 318. Yan. Okay, then compare it to 0.56. Obviously, sobrang layo niya doon sa 13.48. 3. Okay, so less than siya. So non-slender. So web naman class. Na-check na natin to kanina, no? We calculate this earlier. So, yan, layo rin nito eh. Ito 13, ito 18. So non-slender din siya class kasi less than. Now, since non-slender, so we use 505.3 of the NSCP without slender elements. Flexural buckling muna tayo class ha. We are going to use, so solve flexural buckling and torsional buckling. Dalawa. Ay, dito familiar na tayo sa flexural buckling. So, for the nominal compressive strength, we solve the PN, FCR area ng gross. So, we just compare the KL over R, yung governing KL over R kanina. Ayan. Okay, so 4.71. And whichever governs here, so yun yung pagpipilian natin. So we need the Euler's critical buckling stress, FE, that is the Euler's critical buckling stress. For ano to ha, for fractional buckling, ito yung Euler's critical buckling stress natin. Pi squared E over KL over R squared. Pi squared E, KL over R. Ayan. Squared lang natin. The answer here, megapascal to class ang sagot mo dito. Kasi unitless yung KL over R. Walang unit po yan. Okay? Kasi yung L mo is millimeter. Yung R is also millimeter lang po ito. Should be millimeter. Okay? R is millimeter. So, unitless ang KL over R. So now, let's compare the KL over R doon sa 4.71 E over Fy. Okay, so 4.71 square root of E over Fy. So answer natin dyan class is 113.403. Okay, KL over R 72.178. Less than naman, no? Less than. Okay, so short column pa siya considered as short column. So 5.5 meters na siya. But this is still, we can still consider that short column unless sobrang haba na niya. Okay, so times 2 yung length. Gawin mo tong 10 meters. Lalampas yun dito. Yung value na ito. Pag ginawa mong 10 meters yan. Kasi mata times 2 yung L eh. Diba? 44 na yun. So dito ka napapalo sa FCR niya. Okay, now this one governs. Let's compute this. 0.658 Fy over Fe. So 0.658 Fy over Fe times the Fy na 345 megapascal. So the FCR is 235.670 megapascal. Okay, so we now solve the PN kasi yan lang naman target natin, FCR, para makuha yung PN. So FCR, area ng gross 17,300. So PN is equal to, in kilonewtons na, you multiply this to times 10 raised to negative 3. Para maging kilonewtons ang sagot mo. That is your PN for, kung mo nang compute class yung ASD tsaka LRFD kasi you have to get first yung isa pang limit state, yung torsional and torsional flexural. May isang PN pa yun. Okay? So, dito na tayo pupunta sa pangalawang limit state. Ito na. Ito na yung medyo madugo konti. Okay. Flexural torsional. This section applies to singly symmetric. Okay. And unsymmetric members. Angle bars. Okay. Symmetric. Singly symmetric. Ano yun? Channels. Piece. Pwede rin siya sa pwede rin siya sa doble. Pero, built up dapat. Okay, with compact and non-compact sections. Compact and non-compact lang to kasi without slender. Diba? Pagka hindi slender, pag non-slender yan, it's either compact or not compact. They are not required which are covered in section 5.5. Pagka single angles class, igamitin na daw si 505.5. Ano ba yun si 505? Okay, dito may sarili siyang PN si angle. Okay, ito yung pagkuha ng PN ni angle. Yan. Okay? Asan yung pagkuha ng the effect of the eccentricity. Okay. on single angle are permitted to be neglected when the members are evaluated as actually loaded compression using one of the effective slenderness ratio specified below. So, when L over Rx is less than 80, so ito yung KL over R mo. Okay. So, ngayon, kapag for equal leg angles, di ba may mga angles tayo na different, ano? So, ito yung KL over R natin. Yan, ito yung KL over R. So, tapos, from the equation, 505.5.3 shall be increased adding KL over R from equation 505.3. Ayan. Ito, tsaka 4. So, may ina-add pa pala tayo dyan, class. Shall be increased by. So, yung KL over R, i-add pa natin dyan. Ito, no? Ina-add pa natin itong 4 over BL over BS squared minus 1. So, andito naman, class, yung definition yan. Longer leg, BL is longer leg, BS is the shorter leg. Okay, so, actually, NSCP is just procedural. Basahin mo lang talaga yung class. No? Nandoon yung mga procedure na gagawin mo. But not less than 0.95 L over RC. L is the length of the member, no? RC nasa database dito, class, no? Radius of cohesion about these axes. Okay. So, how do we, sir, wala namang pag-solve ng PN dito. Puro KL over R. Para lang yan, class. If of single member shall be determined in accordance to 505.3 or 505.7. Ano ba yung 0.3? Eh, di ba ito yung pag 505.3, ito siya. Flexural without slender elements. Parang nagaganito ka lang. Pero yung KL over R is not simple as that. So, ito yung KL over R mo. Galing sa 505.5. Okay, I hope nagigets nyo yung sa angle, ha? Okay, sa 505.5 kasi for single angle, si PN, nasa-solve siya using 505.3, yung without slender element. Okay? Tapos, 505.7 with slender elements. Kasi itong 505.3 tsaka 0.7, kailangan yan ng KL over R. Punta tayo ng 0.7, no? Okay, ito po yung 0.7. Ito. Yan, no? Okay, kailangan ng KL over R. Ganun din yung pag-solve, eh. Tinan nyo, familiar yung formula. Parang 0.3 lang siya. 505.3 na may Q lang. Ilagyan lang natin ang Q. May Q lang to. Lahat ng Fy mo, nilagyan ng Q. Tingnan nyo, class. Kung papansin mo, lahat ng Fy may multiplier ng Q. Yung Fy may multiplier ng Q. Dito lang nilagay. Pwede naman dito. No? May katabi lang sila na Q, yung mga Fy. Kamukha lang siya nung 505.3. Okay? Pero yung pagkuha ng KL over R for single angles is different. Okay? Okay? So, ganun na, kukunin. So, saan ginagamit? Okay, so, itong 505 point, dito tayo, 4. Okay? So, piece kasi sinasolve natin. So, this section applies to singly symmetric channel. Piece. Okay. Pero, hindi siya pwede sa single angles, ha? The nominal compressive strength daw ng mga single angles, mga T's, channels, doubly symmetric pero built up. Pwede to. Okay, FCR AG. Ganun pa rin formula. Paano kunin yung FCR? Ito, class. For double angle and T-shape compression. Pag single angle, 505.3 ang gagamitin. Pero, ang pagkuha ng KL over R, 505.5. Okay. So, for double angle, ito po, at saka T-shape. Ito yung pagkuha ng FCR. Ano yung FCR? Mayroon ditong FCRY, F-cry. Okay. FCRY is taken as FCR from, ito medyo nakakahuhilo, 505.3. Babalik ka ng 505.3-2 or 505.3-3. Ito yun. Babalik ka daw dito para makuha yung FCRY Ayan. Balik ka daw dito. 505.3-2. 5053-3. Balik ka dito. Y. Tatawagin mo siyang F cry. Kasi ang ginamit mong KL over R ay about sa y-axis. Kahit mag-govern pa yung x-axis, gagamitin mo lagi y-axis pag nagsosolve ka ng F cry. Ito yun, no? Ang KL over R mo daw ay y-axis. RY. Flexural buckling about the y-axis of the symmetry. Eh ano naman yung FCRZ? Ito naman, GJ ag AGRO squared. Okay. Ano yung G? Okay. Yung G, so shear modulus of elasticity, that is a fixed value. Para siyang modulus of elasticity. But for this, we're going to use G, shear modulus. Okay, 77,200. J natin, class. Okay, is polar or torsional constant. Nasa database din yan. Okay, AGRO squared. Ano yung RO? Polar radius of gyration or the shear center. Fortunately, yung shear center, wala siya dito sa ating RO. No? Wala siya sa ating database. So, but we can compute ano? Wala, meron pala. So, this. So, tingnan natin yung T. Yan, may arrow siya dito. Okay. So, shear center. Pero, tinan nyo yung problem ko, hindi ko siya binigyan ng arrow para mapakita ko sa inyo on how we solve the arrow. We can solve that. Okay? Shear center. Okay. So, yun. RO. So, saan na tayo? Okay, balik tayo dito to get the FCR kasi ang goal natin to get the PN, that's just FCR-AG. Again, FCR is F cry plus FCRG. F cry, punta ka sa 505.3-2 or -3, whichever governs sa dalawa na yun kasi compare mo KL over RY. So, FCRC, so ito naman siya, may formula yan dyan. Yan, 1 minus square root ng 4 F cry F. May H pala dito. Ano yung H? Ayan. 1 minus XO squared plus YO squared. Ano yung XO, YO? Coordinates of the shear center with respect to the centroid. Okay, so tingnan natin kung may XO, YO dito. Yun ang wala. Okay, kaya nga binigay niya na yung RO. Pero wala yung XO, yung Y. Ayun pala yung wala dito, no? Yung XO, YO. So, but we can solve that. Okay, shear location of the shear center. Yun na, no? So, the H. Okay, yung big letter H na yan, ha? Ano yan? Okay, this is the formula for that. 1 minus XO YO RO squared. So, sige, let's solve. That is the, the value of F. H na pala, no? So, tayo, may F cry na, may FCRZ. So, okay na. Okay na para makuha yung FCR. That is for T-shape, no? Saan pa ba gagamitin tong 505.4? For other cases, FCR shall be determined accordance to simply symmetric, no, for other cases. Okay, so, ito naman yung value mo ng FE. For doubly symmetric members, so this is your FE. Pi squared ECWKL. Doubly symmetric, built up to. Kasi di ba, pwede mo lang gamitin si doubly symmetric. For built up. Kasi pagka flexural buckling, applicable lang yung limit state na yun for built up, for hot rod. But for built up section, doon ka. Okay. Ang gagamitin mo, class, is the both, both flexural buckling and flexural torsional buckling. So yun. So this is for doubly symmetric. For singly symmetric, where y-axis is the axis of the symmetry. Okay, so FE, FEY, FEZ. Paano yung Paano yung FEY dito, no? FE is B, no? For singly symmetric. Ang channel kasi class, sabi dito, y-axis is the axis of symmetry. Ang channel kasi, for other cases now, how do we solve the FCR? Ay, how do we solve the FE? Kailangan mo kasi FE class, no? Kailangan mo ng FE dito. Ay, sorry, hindi ko pala na-explain. Kapag ka-T's, ganito ito gamitin itong code na ito. Kapag T tsaka angle, double angle FCR AG. So, kuha agad yung FCR. Okay, dito. Pero kapag channels, ito ang gagamitin mo dyan. Case number 2. Case number 1, T's. Case number 2, channel. Singly symmetric siya, no? Other cases na singly symmetric. Ito gagamitin mo. FE. Singly symmetric letter B. FE. Ba't hindi FCR, sir? FE. Kasi, hindi ang gagamitin mo dito, 505.3-2. Babalik ka doon sa 505.3-2 using torsional or torsional elastic buckling stress. FE is determined as follows. Di ba may FE doon sa 505.3? So, ito po. So, 505.3. May FE dito eh. But instead of using this, if you are analyzing C channel, okay, use the FE stated doon sa 505.4. Yan. Ito yung gagamitin mo na FE. Tapos, ang pag-solve mo ng FCR ay ito. Pag-solve mo ng FCR, ito pa rin. Balik ka dito sa 505.3-2 or -3. So, medyo pabalik-balik siya. No? So, ayun. So, anyway, you have the guide naman. Yung basahin nyo lang mabuti class. No? Pag naliligaw na kayo, basahin nyo dito yung mga guide kung ano yung pag-solve mo ng FCR. Okay, so this is for singly symmetric. Where y-axis is the axis of symmetry. Yes, sir. Ang channel kasi class, ang axis of symmetry niya nasa x-axis. Wala yan sa y. At ito, hindi siya symmetrical. So, ang gagawin mo dyan, class, instead of using FEY dito, kasi dito ang y, is the axis of symmetry. So, i-rotate mo siya. I-rotate mo siya, class. Bali, ikot siya. Ibig sabihin, ang tinutukoy na FEY dito is FEX. FEX na to. FEX na to. FEX na to. Okay, FEX. Pagka-channel lang, FEX ang gagamitin nito. Okay, so letter C, unsymmetric members. FE is the square root. Unsymmetric members, di pwedeng angle kasi may sarili siyang profusion, no? So kahit ano, basta unsymmetric members, built up, kasi pag gumawa ka ng built up, pwedeng maging unsymmetrical yan. Okay, so walang axis of symmetry. So ito, FE, FEX, okay, FE sa y-axis. So, yan. So, may formula siya dito. But mostly, no? So, we just analyze naman kasi yung mga W section channel, T's. Ayan. For built-up, so usually, ang ginagamit din na built-up na columns is I section. So, yun yung matibay for columns, no? But for naman, for trusses, ginagamit angle bars. Okay, angle bars for trusses and double angles, single angles. So yun. So yun lang mga common na na compression members. Okay, so ito na. Solve na natin class yung torsional, flexural, torsional without slender elements. Kasi we do not found any slender, puro non-slender siya. Kaya, we use 505.4. Okay, again T ang sinosolve natin. Recall lang natin paano nga yung T. Okay, kapag torsional flexural buckling na pag T, so you know, you need this FCRAG, and the FCR for T shape is this one. Okay, so nominal compressive strength is FCRAG, tapos ito yung FCR mo for T is FCRY, FCRZ, 2H, FCRY muna tayo. So how do we solve the FCRY? Sabi dito, FCRY is the FCR from equation 505. Ito yun, 0.3, dash 2, tsaka dash 3. So, pero y-axis lang. Sabihin lang nun, yung KL over y na i-compare mo ay about the y-axis. Actually, wala naman nagbago sa formula. Ang pang-compare lang ang nagbago. Okay, kasi nasa y-axis ka na. Ay, meron pala sa FE. Kasi yung anyway, ang slenderness ratio natin ay KL over y ang gagamitin, RY. Anyway, ito rin naman yung nag-govern kanina, di ba? So, magbabago lang yung value nito. Kung nag-govern kanina yung x-axis. Di ba nung nag-solve tayo ng elastic buckling stress? Nag-solve, no? KL over RY din naman to eh. Kasi nga, mas smaller siya eh. Mas critical siya. Okay, pero pag nag-govern to class, ito mas malaki to compare dito. Syempre, ito gagamitin mo sa sa elastic buckling stress. Doon sa buckling, no? Buckling limit state. Ito, flexural buckling pala. So, kung ito mag-govern sa flexural buckling, dapat ito ang gamitin mo sa torsional flexural, RY. Okay, doon sa FCRY. Pero kung ito ang nag-govern sa flexural buckling, ito rin ang gagamitin mo doon sa torsional. Basta sa torsional kasi Y lang talaga eh. No, doon sa FCRY. Okay? So, kunin muna natin yung FCRY. Okay? Less than ba siya dito? Okay, so far. Anyway, ang Euler's electrical buckling stress pa rin natin class. Ito pa rin, FE. Pi squared equal over R pi squared. Ito yung FE natin. Okay? So, yan. So again, taken kasi yung FCRY natin from 505.3-2 tsaka 505.3-2. So ito yung FE natin na gagamitin ha. Kasi from 505 dash 3 tsaka dash 2, yung FE na dinedefine dyan ay ito. Okay? So, ito ang gagamitin natin dyan. Solve natin. Pero RY ang gagamitin. Specific lang siya for RY. 378.89. So, ano ba nag-convert ito sa dalawa na to? Okay, so 4.71 square root ng 200,000 over 345. So, 113 ito. So, ito 72. Less than pa rin naman. So, ito pa rin mag-govern na gagamitin for FCRY 0.658. 345 over 378 times FY. So, we have the FCRY. Store mo na yan. Okay? So, ano next sa formula natin? CRZ. Okay. So, FCRZ, GJ, AG, RO squared. Okay. So, dito class din ko binigay RO pero nasa database yun yung RO. G natin is 77,200. This is fixed value for still Okay. J natin, given naman siya. Okay. So, RO, ang formula natin is X sub O, Y sub O, IX, IY over area ng cross. This is the formula for RO squared. Nasa akin nasipilin yan. Okay, so, RO squared. Okay. So, ano yung X, O, Y? O, that is the location of the shear center from the neutral axis, from the centroid. Okay, ito yung centroid natin, class. Yan. So, ito yung YO. Andito kasi yung shear center. So, how can we locate the shear center? Shear center is the intersection of the flange and the web. The centers. Okay, centers ng mga flange and web. That is the shear center for the piece. Okay, so we have YO, location of the centroid to the shear center. YO yun. E nasan yung XO? Yung XO kasi class, nag-coins zero. Bakit zero? Kasi ito yung ating shear center. Ito yung ito yung centroid. So, walang horizontal distance. That is XO. XO kasi is the distance of the shear center to the um, to the centroid. Pag angle bar, may X o Y mo yan. Okay, this is your angle bar. Ito yung intersection of the kung saan yung intersection of the elements. So, andun yung shear center. Ang centroid naman yan, class, nandito. So, ito yung XO mo. Distance of the shear center to the centroid. And this is your YO. Okay. So, paano mas-solve yan? Yung distance na yan. Sa database, ang tawag natin dito, class, pag Y bar, ito or Y. Ang X yan, class, wala na kasi. Diba? Andito naman yung nasa gitna. Alam mo naman kung nasa yung centroid yan eh. Pero pagka-angle yan, class, ito yung X. Tapos ito yung Y. Yan. Baliktad pala, hindi pala ganyan dinodrawing yung angle bar. Okay, ganito pala. Sorry. Tama, no? So, pagka-angle, pag ganito lagi ng drawing yung ano. Yung angle. Okay. So, ito yung centroid, ito yung Y, ito yung X. Pag ito-drawing mo yung angle, lagi mas mahaba yung dito. Kapag equal angle, ito yung Y, ito yung X. So, kailangan yan, class, para ma-solve mo yung XO and Y. Okay, so this is your YO. XO, hindi mo na kailangan i-solve yan. Zero na yan kasi wala namang horizontal distance between the shear center and the centroid. Okay, so ganun lang class i-solve yung yung shear location of the shear center. Okay, so yung XO yung YO natin dito, so you have the Y. Okay, bawasan mo lang ng kalahati ng flange. Ayan. Okay, so given naman yung Y class, 63. Okay, kalahati ng flange is 37.6. Tapos, sige, solve natin. Y natin is 63. Kalahati ng flange na 37.6. So, the answer here is 44.204 millimeters. Okay, so again, yung XO natin, 0 na. Unless that is an angle, Kasi may location yung, basta yung shear center class is the intersection of the flange and the center lines. So anyway, I will create any separate lecture for that, a video for on how to get the shear center of different sections. Okay. But for now, ito muna tayo, no? Please. So XO, X squared, YO, Y squared. Anyway, to solve the RO, okay, or RO, the polar radius of gyration about the shear center. This is the formula, XO squared, YO squared, IX plus IY over area ng cross. So, XO, YO, IX squared, IX, ito yan. Then, IY over 173, or 17,300. So, millimeter squared ang unit neto class kasi RO squared. But if you get the square root of that, RX. So, kasi X squared, di ba? Millimeter squared yan. MM kasi is distance. No? Din-squared mo siya. So, but ito na yung RO squared natin. Saan ba natin siya kakailanganin? Okay. Para doon sa FCRZ. Kailangan natin yung RO squared. Para doon sa, huwag mo na siyang i-square root kasi RO squared naman ang kailangan mo dito. Okay? So, G natin is 77,200. J, ayan siya, AG, and then TRO squared. FCRZ 2059.278. Medyo mataas talaga siya, no? Okay, compared to the other FCR, FCRI, no? Malit lang siya, no? So, H naman. Okay, how do we solve the H? Ito siya, 1 minus X O squared plus Y O squared over R O squared. XO natin 0, RO 44, YO, then XO, kuha natin siya dito. Naka-squared na yan, ha? Okay, baka ma-squared mo siya. The H natin is 0.858. Unitless po yan. Unitless. Okay, so for the nominal compressive strength, we can now solve the FCR. Okay, so FCR is, substitute na, diniretso ko na. So, F cry. So naka-store values ako dito, class. F cry is 235.670 plus FCRZ 258 okay, over 2 times DH 0.58 okay, multiply to 1 minus square root of 1 oops, 1 minus 4 times CRY F cry 235.670 times FZRZ 2059.278 times H 0.858. Mas madali ito kung naka-store, no? So, pero nung sinulog ko ito, naka-store ako, guys. FCR 235. Check lang natin kung tama. Kung 670 as CRZ 059.278. Then, square natin siya. Okay. Yun, 231. So, may discrepancy na kasi nakastore ako lahat dito eh. Okay, especially this one. Maraki yung discrepancy na hindi nakastore. FCR 231.519 times area ng gross. Okay, so ito yun. Ayan na, kuha na natin class yung PN. At ang laki niya. Compared doon sa PN ng flexural buckling. So meron na tayong PN for flexural buckling. Meron na tayong PN. So ito yung kanina. Okay, ito yung PN kanina for number 1. Ito yung mas maliit pala, 4,000. Ano ba solve natin kanina? For flexural for flexural buckling, ang na-solve natin 4,077 pala. No? Now, for torsional, 4,005. Ano ba sabi dito? Whichever smaller. Okay, this one governs. Capacity kasi ito kasi. You don't want to have a large capacity. You should the governing capacity must be always less than kasi ayaw mo na ina-expect mo na mataas yung capacity mo kasi pag nilagyan mo ng 4,077 yan, 4,078, edi sira yan. Di ba? Kasi ang pinaka-capacity lang talaga, ang unang masisira dito is the limit state in flexural. Unang magbabakel. Magbabakel muna siya bago mag-twist. Bago magkaroon ng torsion. Masisira magbabakel muna bago umiko. No? So, ayun. Okay, so that this one governs. We can now solve the LRFD and ASD. Okay, this is LRFD, 0.9 lang. ASD, multiply mo lang ng 1.67. Okay? So, and that's it no, for computation of the compressive strength for those without slender elements. Both limit state, flexural buckling, and torsional buckling. For the elements or for those compression member with slender elements, that will be a separate na lang na discussion. Okay? So thank you guys no for listening.